My name is Rabbi Cat Zavis with Beit Tikkun Synagogue Without Walls, and I'm so honored to be here with Mohamad Jamous from Ramallah, Palestine. Mohamad is a Palestinian peace activist, humanitarian, and community leader from Ramallah. He's dedicated to promoting unity between cultures, religions, and nationalities. With over 15 years of experience working with global peace organizations, he has led initiatives to support vulnerable communities and advocate for justice, dignity, and coexistence. His work goes beyond community activism as he actively participates in humanitarian efforts to support those in need, striving to create real impact despite the challenges facing his homeland and peoples. Mohamad has participated in international forums, sharing firsthand insights into life in Palestine while advocating for a more just and peaceful world. His unwavering commitment to humanity, freedom, and cultural preservation continues to drive his mission forward. So Mohamad and I are starting a weekly connecting conversation between us, where it's an opportunity for Mohamad to share, and those of us not aware of what's happening on the ground on a daily basis have an opportunity to hear what life is really like in Palestine today. So if you have any questions for us, you can reach out, send emails to rabbi@beittikkun.org, and we will share them with Mohamad and bring them to our future conversations. We'll be meeting weekly, and we'd love to hear your feedback. You can ask questions also and give feedback in the comment section below. Hi, Mohamad.
Hi. Yeah, so first of all, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And as we talked before, that we are here to share our voices, to share our humanitarian voices. Because this is important to show the people the reality, what is happening in Palestine, what is happening with the violence, with the settlers, with the occupation, with many things. For me, as Palestinian peace activist, actually, I was born in Jerusalem, and I raised in Jericho for almost 30 years. 4 years ago, I moved to live in Ramallah here. I started my work as a peacemaker. I think that since the second Intifada, when I saw all the violence around me, when I saw for the first time people are shooting and the soldiers are shooting some Palestinian people, which is for me as a kid, as a child in the school, it was the first time for me, to see all of this.
Mohamad, how old were you at that time? About?
It's like 15 years, 14 years. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, 14 years, 15 years.
So you were like in middle high school. You were young.
Yeah. I was young. I was in the school. And like as I said, we don't use like to see something like this, like in my age, And to tell you something that when you raise in this environment that is talking about the resistance, about your country, about your land, you just will go like with the river, So yes, I was like this boy who is going to throw stones, who was going to protesting demonstrations, in Jericho. Till something happened to me, or it was many reasons, but I will tell you the main reasons. That during this time, I have a brother. His name is Ahmad. He made accident by his car, like on the Israeli road, near Jericho. Mm-hmm. And we just went, all of us as a family, like to see Ahmad and like what happened to him. And then I just see that there is a Jewish family who are helping Ahmad, a Jewish family who are providing assistance, to, and yes, first aid to my brother Ahmad. So I said, wait, Muhammad, like here, there's something weird for me, like in this moment. Okay, but we are under occupation, and Jewish are for us enemies, and Israelis are enemies, and But here, like, there's a Jewish family who are like supporting my brother and like providing assistance for him. So here, I had this moment, Rabbi Zavis, to make a difference between people, between their between their religions, between their beliefs, between their narratives, between their histories, you know. And then I went to my mom. I told her, listen, my mom, like, listen, there's a Jewish family who was like, you know, supporting Ahmad and providing help for him. She told me, listen, Muhammad, you should make a difference between Jewish, Zionist, Israeli, you know, because when you're raised in this environment for you and you're still child, you're still in the school, so you don't have this culture of knowing the other. You know? So she told me that even for us as a family, for my mom, for my dad, they used to have also Jewish friends before 90, before 85, you know. So she told me, listen, we used to have Jewish, and Jewish people are not bad people. Jewish people, they are exactly like us as a Muslims, you know. But the problem is with the conceptions, you know, because there is a Zionist and there is a Jewish. So here, actually, my mom, she's brought me this light, you know, to start thinking, you know. So I said, like, wait, okay, but if there's a Jewish people who are like good people like us, why I should throw stones on them? Why I should fight them? Why, you know? So I start thinking about my life, about this situation, about the people around me, about everything. And at this moment, also, like, I wanted to be part of any organization who can maybe bring two people together. So I found organization in Ramallah. It's called One Voice Palestine. So I worked for them as volunteer, and for the first time they took us to Jerusalem to meet Israeli and American students.
Were you like 15 at that time still? Were you still a kid?
Maybe 16 or like 17.
You were young still doing that. That was still when you were a kid. Yeah.
Yes,
wow.
yes. Yeah. So I went there, and it was like in Sheikh Jarrah area in Jerusalem, it was like in a big hotel. So we went there.
What year was this, Mohammed? About what year are we talking about? Like
we talk about
2000?
Yeah, something like 2001. You know,
okay.
I don't know exact, but I think it's like 2001, 2002. So we went there for the first time. Meeting Israeli and American students. Actually, Rabbi Zavis, I was nervous. I was scared. Like when I was sitting on the table, yes, I was scared and nervous, like this, you know. And actually, like, I wasn't speak none English, none Hebrew, nothing, just Arabic. And all of them, they are speaking, you know, speaking like English, okay. And I don't understand what is happening. They are talking and they are working, but I don't understand. So I asked one of the leaders, listen, can you please help me with the translation, because I want to speak, I want to share. So he just like helped me with the translation, and I think that like.
So at that point, Mohammed, excuse me, sorry, at that point you didn't speak English or Hebrew.
No, just Arabic. But I had
Arabic.
Yes, just Arabic. Rabbi Zavis, I had this heat that I have to fight to speak with them, so they can speak to me. So we can I wanted to do anything, you know, to talk to them. So yes, I just told him, and he helped me with the translation. And then I shared and I shared who's Muhammad, you know. And a few minutes later, I feel comfortable. No. Yes, in the beginning I had this tension and fear, you know, in my heart and my soul. But a few minutes later, I felt like comfortable. I felt happy, and then I worked for this organization, and actually it was in Ramallah, and I used to live in Jericho. I remember that I was asking my dad for 50 shekels, you know, to go from Jericho to Ramallah by, you know, taxis, taxis, you know, just like, you know, to participate in the workshop.
And at that time, how long did it take you to get from Jericho to Ramallah?
It was also checkpoints, you know, it was always checkpoint, but it's not like today. I think it's the distance between Jericho to Ramallah, without checkpoints, without anything, it's about 35 minutes. But usually it takes like 1 hour, 1.5 hour, like in this range, you know. And yes,
So
I still remember.
you were going back and forth
Yes,
from
every day,
Jericho
every day, yeah, every
every
day.
day after school?
Yeah, after school. Yeah, and
Wow.
sometimes, for example, one day off, like Friday, Saturday, I was going there. You know, so
Wow.
I took my dad money for to participate in this workshop. Yeah, and I like I worked like with the one voice as volunteer, as I said, like with no charge, with no salaries, you know, just because I wanted to be in this environment. That there's different people from different faith cultures, you know. And then here's also like I had my mind is also like it was more open, you know, that yes, this world we can bring the light through these meetings, through these workshops. And then I remember that I have participated in many workshops, even in Jerusalem, in Tel Aviv, in Ramallah. It was different. Even like I can't remember the organizations because it was a lot of organizations that I have participated with. Um, uh, 10 years ago, actually, and then yes, like a few years after, I worked like with the organization. It's called Tahaluf al-Salam in the Arabic, which is Palestinian Peace Coalition, a PPC, and
Did you say Palestinian Peace Coalition? Is that what I heard?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and also
Okay.
it was organization. It's called Together to One. I remember. Um, uh, and yes, like I think it was like different organizations that I have worked with. But 10 years ago, or even more, maybe 12 years ago, I got organization. It's called Abrahamic Reunion.
Mhm.
Abrahamic Reunion. It's located in the states in Florida. So for the first time, listen, I was this boy that I want to do everything. I want to go like, every time. I don't want to miss any chance. There's like Jewish and Palestinian and the Christians and Muslims, all of them together, you know. So yes, I get the Abrahamic reunion. And for the first time we went to the north of Israel. It was a trip about 200 people from different faiths, and I was the younger one, like in this. In this
And the name is Children of Abraham, yeah?
no, Abrahamic reunion.
Oh, Abrahamic Reunion.
Abrahamic reunion.
Gotcha. Great. Okay.
So yeah, I started with them, and as I said, for the first time we were in the north of Israel, and I was like the younger one in the group, and just I see that around me, all of them are like sheikh, rabbi, and father, and Muslims, Christian, Druze, Samaritans, all of them. I swear to God, I had this feeling that just I don't know what happened to me. Just I had this feeling that I said one day, because I just saw right now all of those people together. So I said that one day we can bring peace by holding our hands together, by gathering together, and we are like working and sharing our humanity, you know. So I worked for the Abrahamic Reunion as volunteer, like in the first 2 3 years, and then I became Jericho coordinator, and then I became the Palestinian director. You know,
Ah, okay.
I was staying till 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, without sleeping, just writing reports, writing articles, writing my feelings. I think I don't want like to say it. Like, I will say it. I think that I am the only Palestinian in the West Bank in Palestine who had this heat in his heart. I swear to God, and I was speaking from my heart every day. Every time I feel something about peace, about Jewish, about Muslims, about Palestinian, even 3 4 5 in the morning, I just open my laptop and writing articles, writing something, you know.
Mm.
Yes, I work for them as Palestinian director, and through my work with the Abrahamic Reunion, I have organized more than 150 interfaith peace programs on Zoom, on the ground. Um, uh, uh, yes, like I think that I brought thousands of people together, like in the last 7 8 years. You know?
Amazing.
Yeah, I worked so hard.
What? Yeah. And
I
so
worked
from
so
those
hard. Yeah.
So I have a couple questions about the programs. I mean, I know you brought all these different peoples together to have conversations and to have an experience of shared humanity. Were there other things that were there? I don't know. Were there other things that happened besides coming together? Did people then leave and go do things that would try to uplift the message or try to change policy, either in Palestine, Israel, or the United States, or elsewhere? Like, what were some of the other efforts that came out of that? Or
Yeah, but first of all, I have to tell you something that each organization and each peace organization in Israel, Palestine, they have their own way of making peace, because there's like organizations who are like work for like religions, politics, different ways. For me,
right,
it was very important for me, even like before the Abrahamic reunion, and like with the one voice, with together to one, all of them, I was emphasizing about sharing our humanity. Doesn't matter if your organization talking about faith, about politics, about religions, doesn't matter. But in the other side, that you should spread your humanity, that you feel the other. Um, uh, during my project, actually, like I started the first project with the Abrahamic reunion, and I brought maybe about I think 30, 40 people. That's it. But every time, like when the people knew who is Muhammad, even from the Palestinian side or from the Israeli side, like when they started starting knowing who is Mohamad Jamous, like this guy that he just come here, like despite the challenges, everything, just like to bring us all together. So I had this trust between people. People, they will trust me so much till this moment, actually. So I started with 30, 40 people. The last program, I think it was 500 people together. Like I brought them together.
wow. And when was that?
If I have a budget to bring 1,000, I can bring 1,000 people. So sometimes you can find this person who you can trust, and you will come. Just I know like Rabbi Zavis. I trust her. I will come. Doesn't matter if she's Jewish, I am Muslim. I will come to her event. So actually, I think that I was. I had a big effect for those people. People that were affected by Mohamad Jamous, because as I said, in every time I was speaking from my heart. It's not from my language. It's not from my mouth. So during my projects, also like with the Abrahamic reunion, we went to Canada, Toronto, 2018, and we participated in the Parliament of the World Religion, and I was the only Palestinian. I was the only Palestinian in this parliament, and also I talked like in front 5,000 people in the parliament. About my life, about my story, about everything. Also, we went to the States. In the States, we went to different locations. But I remember when I was in Tampa in Florida, when I finished, I look at the people. They are crying. They are crying, all of them. Just because when you share the reality of your when you share the reality of your land, of your life, so people they will affect it, right? Because
Right.
because like maybe today there's many organizations who are just talking about peace is possible, blah blah blah. No, this is not the right way. The right way is to show the people you're struggling, to show them you're suffering, and despite this suffering, this struggling, you are here to raise your voice. You are here. You are here to tell them that yes, I am. I'm care about my Palestinian people. I'm care about my Jewish friends. Yes, I'm here, and I will stay here. So people they were crying in Tampa in Florida, and also I started crying. I'm very sensitive. I'm very sensitive person, by the way. Yeah. So 3 years ago, I stopped working with the AR because many reasons. The first reason, which is in the same month I got divorced, so I had like problems in my life. Also, in the same month, I started my master degree in Ramallah in the university. So it was stress. It was like I had a big stress in my life. So and despite that, my work for the AR as Palestinian director, like I had salary, so which is support me and support my family. But in this way, when I start working for them, I cut my salary, so there's no salary anymore, you know. And yes, since October 7th till today, uh, I stayed working on the social media and on the ground, just by myself, like individually, you know. There's organization in Boston. It's called Children of Abraham Organization. It's a very small organization, and I know that the founder, his name is Dr. Jerry Katz. Actually, I know him maybe since 15 years. Also, I was kid, like I was calling him. Yeah. Dr. Jerry Katz, he's the founder of the organization. They don't have office or something. It's just, you know, name like non-profit organization. I like he just called me and he said, Mohamad, I just knew that that you are like start working for the AR, and if you want, you can stay with me. I love you, and you are like my son, and he's a Jewish by the way. And I will take care of you, and we can maybe like do something together. So I told them, yes, of course, let's work. So I worked for them. It's not every month, maybe like once in 6 months, or like once in 4-5 months, because he don't have the budget, you know. And it was, you know, with no salary, like it's for free, you know. Yes,
And you worked for them from Ramallah. You were still in Palestine.
From
Okay.
yeah, it was from Ramallah, and in the last 3 years, I have organized interfaith iftar for him, for the children of Abraham, and actually this month, and we are going to have 500 people together. So I'm working
And
right
where is
now
it going to be?
in the West Bank area. You know, so yes, actually I'm working every day. I'm working on this iftar, you know, because every time we have 200 people, 250, but this time I think that he have a budget to bring 500 people together, or 600 people. So I'm working on all of this about iftar, about food,
And
about
who's invited to participate?
who's sorry.
Anyone? Who's invited to participate? Anyone?
No, there's, you know, just because I have like many Jewish and Palestinian friends, peacemakers, peace activists who are like working right now with standing together, with debate for peace. So I have talked to all of them, and they are so happy to join us, to be with us. So yes, I will bring
So Jews and Palestinians and Muslims and Christians,
all of them, all of them, and those people who is like recognize that there is a country, it's named Palestine. There is people who call Palestinian, you know, because it's important for me if I want to bring someone. So it's not just like because of the iftar, because I want him like it's not that there is a bad people or like a good people, but as I said in the beginning, there is a people from different beliefs, different cultures, different narratives, you know. So yes, I have talked with the standing together with my friend Alon, and some organizations here, and they are so happy to be with us in this iftar. So I'm working right now so hard to, and by myself, I'm doing everything by myself. I mean, like recently, my financial situation, my family, my sister, this iftar, the university, like, you just sleep 4 hours, 5 hours in a day,
Are you okay? So let me ask you a few questions. When is this iftar event happening?
When?
Yeah.
It will be in March 25th. March 25th. Yeah, which is after 3 weeks.
25th or 21st?
25th.
25th. Okay.
And it will be in the West Bank, maybe Bethlehem area, or maybe in the Dead Sea area, because just right now I'm looking for like a good hall, a good big place, so it can receive like 500-600 people together. Yes, and like in my life, in my story, as I said, that I have been in different countries, just sharing my voice, just sharing my, just saying what I want in this life, what I want in this situation. I'm sharing. Yeah.
So tell me, or tell us, all of us, share a little bit about what what you've noticed has changed since October 7th.
Yeah, everything, everything has to change. We know that in the West Bank and between the Palestinian cities, there is a checkpoint. It has been always checkpoints, but right now it's uh, it's a checkpoint with more humiliation. Like in the checkpoints. And before October 7th, maybe you was waiting for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes on the checkpoint. Right now, you can stay or you can wait for 2 hours, 3 hours just to get from Ramallah to Jericho, from Bethlehem to Jericho, and this is the minimum. Even today in the morning, like because I went to the Dead Sea area to check this place, I stayed about 1 hour and 40 minutes, I think, and it just we were maybe about 10 cars. It's not 1,000 cars. 10 cars, like it was me, and in front of me 10 cars. We said like almost 2 hours. It's happening right now with more humiliation, like for Palestinians, because I think that the government and the soldiers in Israel, they right now they are like taking each Palestinian is part of Hamas, you know. So
Right.
they don't saw me right now as Muhammad. No, they saw me as like Hamas member. Also, like if there's child killed, doesn't matter. He's Hamas for them. So and yeah, the checkpoints, the violence of settlers. It has been raised like maybe 70-80%. Since October 7th. And I think that 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, they came to the city center of Ramallah, like 4 in the morning. They were just 5 minutes far of me, just 5 minutes. Yes,
What
they
did
don't
they do?
just coming, burning cars, and making like bad things, like with the cars, with the baiting on the houses, like
They
making
were
them
doing
eat,
graffiti, painting
or
things
like
on houses.
yes, that's for Arab, something like this. Yeah, the violence of settlers. The
Did they
even
break, did they break anything or smash anything or set
yeah,
anything on
yeah,
fire?
yeah. They are smashing. They are like burning cars. Like about maybe like when they came 3 weeks ago, I think it was maybe more than I think like 30, 35 cars. It was burning. Just
They set 30 to 35 cars on fire?
yeah. And here, the insurance in the West Bank, they don't recognize the violence of settlers. Like if you have car and it was like damaged or something by settlers, so that's it. you know,
They don't
uh,
get any money. Hmm.
even the life here in the West Bank, and I'm talking about the West Bank because I live in the West Bank. So I'm trying to share the reality here. People are so sad. People are so upset. People, they don't have desire to do anything. I swear to God, we don't have any desire
Yes.
like to be happy again, or like to go to have some fun, or we don't have it anymore. Because everything affected on you here, everything. And when I say everything, it's not just like the war. It's not just the Israeli government. It's also the financial situation. People, they don't work since October 7th. People, they don't work since October 7th. Like I know thousands of families who are like till this moment are just like waiting for any support, any assistance. Also, the debates, it's killing us. It's killing
The
us.
what is?
Debits in the bank. If you have
Pivots.
loan,
Uh-huh.
you have loan
Uh-huh.
in the bank for like maybe car, house. Since October 7th till today, and people are not working, you have to pay. They are telling you that you have to pay, but you tell them, listen, like I'm not working. We don't care. You have to pay. Every month you have a minus. So because of that, I was in the jail, in the prison in Ramallah 6 days last month. Um, uh, and actually, my family house, it was destroyed, like in the beginning of the war in Jericho. The apartment of my family, it was destroyed. It was destroyed by the
By the,
owner.
by the government, by the soldiers.
No, it was destroyed by the owner of the house.
The owner destroyed the house?
Yeah, the owner, because they didn't pay the rent in the first
Uh,
7 months. So he said that, listen, I have like to fix the apartment. I need to do something in the apartment. So he kicked my family out and he just destroyed everything in the pretext that he want to fix the apartment, which is, it's put all of us on the street. Um, uh, so I mean that this is the situation here, that people are dying from hunger, people are dying from the settlers, the checkpoints, the policy, the it's from everything. And like we don't have, we like simple people in the West Bank, people who don't have connections, for example, people who are like poor people. So they don't have any chance to do something, like to raise money, to do to go to work. Even if you try to work here right now in the West, there's no works.
So before October 7th, where would people work?
Before October 7th,
would they be able to work in Israel?
Yeah, before October 7th, I will tell you this in this way. Half of the Palestinian people in the West Bank, they are working in Israel. The other half, they are working in the government. So since October 7th, there's no permits to get to work, to work in Israel. So the Israeli government brought Indian and Chinese and I don't know, which is, it will not work for them. So yes, half of people that they used to work in Israel, they are not working right now. The other half that they work in the government and also who is work for the government, Palestinian government, they have, I think, maybe 60% of their salaries. It's not 100%, and it's I think it's been like maybe since 5-6 years. So they don't have all the salary, just 60%, 50-60%, because of the situation between the Palestinian and Israeli governments. So people are trying to do everything. Are going, for example, to the street, trying to make a small cafeteria to buy coffee or juice or something. You have to fight. If you want to live here, you have to fight. I'm telling you.
When you say you have to,
yeah.
When you say you have to fight, what does that look like or mean? Because I know you're not meaning.
You have to fight the life. You don't have to give up.
You have to struggle. You have to struggle. Yeah.
Exactly. You can't say, listen, I can't anymore, that's it. No. You have to do everything. You have to struggle, So this is our lives here. Like this is like the situation in general in the West Bank. And actually since October 7th till this moment, I think that there is more than 632 stores just in Ramallah closed. Very close. Right now, if you come to Ramallah is like Tel Aviv, or let's say that it used like Tel Aviv. There's a lot of people from different areas, cultures, tourists, So if right now in these days you are going to the city center in the city center of Ramallah, you can get it very easy. There's no people. It's empty. But before October 7th, maybe you need like 2 hours to get the city center because there's works and many people. But today it's just a sad. It looks like sad city, like a dark city. It's.
How many people live in Ramallah?
Sorry.
About how many people live there in Ramallah?
How many people live in Ramallah? Exactly. I will tell you right now. Yeah, because I don't know exactly, but let's say that it's about like I will tell you because like 326,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big city.
It is a big city. And like Ramallah, half of Ramallah, they are Muslims and the Christians. So, and they are having a very beautiful life between them. Even like in the Christmas times, you are not thinking like a Christian. You are seeing Muslims are going to celebrate in Ramadan right now. Christians are going to buy katayif, knafa. It's not the Muslims, which is For me, it makes me happy, that to see this
Yeah.
example of of love, like between the relations.
And have you, since October 7th, how has that impacted your work with Jews? Have you still had connections with Jewish Israelis, or has that mostly been
I
Jews
will
outside
tell
of
you.
Israel?
Yeah.
Or?
Thank you so much for this question. It's very important for me. I used to have uh, many Jewish friends, but I lost them, or let's say that they lost me since October 7th. Why? Because for them, peace is just for one side, and they don't care about the other side. This is for them. So since October 7th, and since what happened in Gaza and in the settlements, so yes, it was for me. It was hurtful, and I was sad. But because I was sharing about Gaza children on the social media, which is they told me, "Oh, listen, you are you are not you are not peacemaker. What? Why? Because you share about Gaza, but I'm sharing about the children. I'm sharing about the civilians. If my sharing about civilians, innocent people in Gaza, I am, for example, not peacemaker, tourist. So yes, I am a tourist. Okay, no worries. So I lost so many friends, Jewish friends, because for them it was peace just for one side, just hostages, and they don't care about anything else. They just care about the hostages. I also care about the hostages, but also I care about the two people, And if you call yourself as a peace activist, a peacemaker, you should raise your voice for the both sides. It's not just like about just because I'm Palestinian, so no, I have to take care just about my people, and I don't care about Jewish, about hostages, about Israeli. I am the only person in the West Bank till this moment. I'm sharing on my Instagram about the hostages. I am the only person who right now he's in the West Bank. I'm not in the States. I'm not in Europe. I am here, and I'm still sharing my voice. For the hostages, for the Gaza children, for the Gaza people. Which is for me. And actually, the people in the world, they don't know they don't know how it's risky for me, how it's dangerous for me. They take people in the States, Muhammad, you are for peace, you are a peacemaker, so yalla, share something about hostages, share some. They don't care. They don't care about the situation I live in it right now. They don't care. And even maybe they care, maybe they don't know. But I explained to them many times that I can't share what I want to share from my heart, since I live in the West. Like I'm doing right now something, like I am getting a level of sharing, which is, it's very dangerous of me. It's very dangerous. But people, they don't appreciate this. And what is upset me, yeah.
Go ahead. No, finish your thought.
What is upset me when there's Jewish people, not friends, people, Jewish people who use my voice as a Palestinian person when I talk about hostages. When they Jewish people who exploit and take advantage from of my voice to show the world, to show it maybe their universities, their communities. Listen, you see, there's someone in Palestine, and he's he's scared about the hostages, which is something upset me, because when I share something, I'm not sharing because I'm not getting money, I'm not getting followers, I'm just sharing this because I believe in it, because I feel it, So it's not good to use my voice, to exploit my voice, actually.
And when you say that, do you mean that they share your voice of caring about the hostages as if to say, those Palestinians who don't do this are somehow evil or anti-Semitic or don't care about Jews, and therefore we can't live with them? Is that what you mean that from it?
Yeah, Rabbi Zavis. Actually, those people who
that's fine, Mohamad. Rabbi Cat, it's fine.
Yeah. So those people who don't care about Muhammad, they don't care about Muhammad. They don't care about Muhammad life. Seriously, I know them very well. Actually, they don't care about me or about my life, about my Palestinian. It's just they trying to show their they're like to show their communities that there is Palestinian people who want to make peace with Israel, but without having a clear points about, yes, I want to make peace when I have my state, when I have my rights, my dignity, my freedom, blah, blah, blah. So those people who is, and yeah, actually like those people who,
So it's,
yeah.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That those people like they worked in different organizations in the states. I will not mention the names, but they are like working like with these organizations in the states, and they are even like making peace between Israel and another country. There's nothing to do like with Palestinian, you know.
So it sounds like I want to hone in on this for a minute and just make sure that I'm understanding you clearly about this, because it seems such an important point. So if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying is that they are taking your care about the hostages, which is from your heart and genuine, and that's good that that you have that feeling, but they're not at the same time uplifting your voice in which you talk about what it's like in Ramallah, and you're upset about Gaza and the abuse in the West Bank and the ethnic cleansing and all these other things, that they're not also then uplifting that. And so it sounds like, if I'm hearing you, that they're only focusing on your care about the hostages, which is fine to uplift that, but it's as if you're happy to live as an oppressed people, as if you're happy to live in occupation, and because they're not really talking about the other parts of your lived experience. Is that
Exactly.
Okay? So they're using it to kind of say, look, here's a Palestinian who's fine with the way things are because they care about the hostages, but there's much more to that story.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I was getting that. Thank you.
Yeah. And I will tell you also like a short story. I don't know, maybe I told you this, but I will repeat it, that 2 or 3 years ago, I got a call from someone. He's from New York. Okay, he's from I think Long Island. He's a rabbi, like in the school, and he have like Jewish students. And he called me that he said, "Hey, Mohamad, like I heard about you, and I want you to come to talk like with my students about your work as a peacemaker, about many things." So we talked, and we have arranged like like he want me to come 5 days to the States. So he said that, listen, I will cover you. I will cover your ticket. I will cover your hotel, your meals, everything. In addition, I will give you a $300 every day as a fee for your speaking. So I told him, yes, actually, like this is what I used to do. Like, so sure, yeah. 2 days after, he called me and he said, listen, Muhammad, what do you think if I give you $1,000 each day and instead $300? So when someone telling you that he want to give you $1,000, so what do you want from me? Just say, So he said that just like if you can teach my students that the Holy Land, the map, it's for Israel, and like it's for Israel, and it should be for Israel, and like Palestinian, they came after, blah blah blah, and I was upset. I was super upset because like because he thought that I will sell my beliefs in $5,000 or $5 million or $5 billion, doesn't matter, I told him, listen, wait, what? He said, no, just like don't understand me like in the wrong way. Just if you can. So it was a secret conversation between me and him. Like I answered him by my way, I was super upset, So yeah, like he wanted me for $5,000. I told him, listen,
it sounds like he wanted to pay you off to not tell the full story and to not tell the full truth.
Yeah, and he said, listen, don't worry. There's no cameras. There's no, I don't know, like to record you. I have told you, like, I don't care. Even when I come to the States to talk, I'm talking in front of the cameras of everyone. I don't care, because I'm talking what I have in my heart, what I believe, So you can't say, even if you told me 5 million, 5 billion, I will not do it. because I have land, I have state, I have so, and then like a few days like later, he called me. I said, "Yes, Muhammad, I'm sorry, I apologize. Please just come." I'll tell him, no, of course I will not come. Even if you paid right now $5 million, I will not come. Um, uh, so yes, there is like in this world, there is a people from all parties that they maybe trying to fabricate, to delete some pictures, to add some pictures, like in this situation, which is like is not Muhammad way. Um, uh, yeah, this is our life.
So I think to close us out for today, because we'll meet again in a week, hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I guess my last question is, um, in your dream, what's your dream for your people, for yourself, for your land? And this can be a ongoing. We can end each call maybe even with this, to
Exactly.
elaborate. But for this moment, yeah, I'm
For
just feeling
me,
your tender. I'm feeling your tender heart, and I just want you to know I'm.
for me personally, yeah, I have one dream. Is to be happy, you know, is to be happy because we are
Yeah,
sometimes laughing and smiling from from the tension, from from the fear. This just I
yeah,
want to be. I mean that I want to be happy. It's like I don't want like to be rich or famous or no. Of course, I want to have simple life without
yeah,
without without restrictions, without persecutions. Just I want to live because I was in the States 5 times in the last 5, 6 years, and I felt the taste of freedom. Just I want to live in freedom, to have work. For me it's a dream, but for many people it's right. But for me it's a dream. Just to have a good salary, to support myself, to support my family, to be happy, to go to Jericho without checkpoints. That's it. I don't want anything else. The smallest things for us, it's a dream. For the others, it's a smallest right even for them.
yeah.
For my people, just like we don't want anything. And if you ask all the Palestinians, they don't want. They just want one thing. Just give them their freedom. Let us,
Give 'em-
let us like having security and stability in our lives. To have a beautiful life, to not be scared, to not be in dangers and intentions. And every day, خلاص, we can't stand it anymore. I swear to God, we can't stand it anymore. You know so this is my dream. That's it. I don't want anything else. Yeah.
So, thank you, Mohammed. What I'm want to say is that I'd like if there's a way that people can provide financial support to you and your family and your community for folks who want to do that. If there's a link or
Uh,
something to do
yeah.
that.
Actually, I am maybe especially like in this time since October 7th, and I am always saying something. I really appreciate all the people, who is like really supporting us mentally, physically, financially, doesn't matter. But I think that this time, if we need support, it will be just financial support, and we don't need it, to buy food, a lot of food or something. We just need it to close our debits, to buy just a simple food, and to put electricity. And because here's you have to think every day how to bring 100 shekels, 200 shekels, which is about like I think $70, just to live for the next day, just to have food for the next day, just to put electricity for the next day. And like actually right now, and I don't like to be, I would like to feel rude or something like this, because yes we are, and I am so needy right now for the financial support, and I'm trying to support, to rebuild, to support my family apartment, to pay the hospital. To have just like security, a small security. I don't need anything like, in my life. So if there's anyone who could like support and support financially in any way, so maybe you can be the way. Like maybe I mean like if there's anyone who want to support, they can maybe support or like send you, and then you can send it to me, or I don't know, just like we can figure out like a way or something.
Right. So we'll figure out what we can do, and when we have that information, we'll include it in the chat, in the comments below. So we'll think about that and see how we can, offer support for you and your family, and then maybe for the larger community that you are connected with. Yeah. Inshallah. So Ramadan Mubarak. I hope that you have a joyful, blessed Ramadan. May we see some progress toward humanity and dignity and respect and liberation and safety for all Palestinians.
Inshallah, I hope so. And thank you so much for your time. And let me tell you something, that by your meeting, by your talking, you just gives me so much hope, because actually, like recently in the last month, I felt that I am so weak, like I'm so weak, like I don't have power. Well, I swear to God, Thank you, because
Right.
I think that God, He sent you to me in this meeting. Like we are talking right now in this moment. Thank you so much. You really like gives me so much hope, and inshallah, we are just praying for better days for all of us.
Yeah. Well, thank you for. Thank you for being willing to do this, for sharing your story and all of it, and for your kindness and friendship. And I look forward to, continuing these conversations every week. And
I am always saying like this: if you ever, your group, your friend, your family, if you ever come to the West Bank, to Palestine, and I'm always saying this, that you should know that you have your own place. It's open 24 hours for you. You should know that you have your own family. I have 5 sisters, 3 brothers, my mom, my dad. But I'm pretty sure if anyone meet my family, you will love them so much. You will like them so much, So you should know that you have family here. You should know that you have a place here. And inshallah, if you ever come here, please, I'm here for you, for your group, for anyone.
yes, well, I look forward to that day.
Inshallah, I hope so. Inshallah.
Or inshallah.